The spring sports season is just upon us in a couple of weeks, and here we're talking women's lacrosse this afternoon. My name is Ryan Thompson, Assistant AD for Communications here at Davenport University. Joining me on my right is sophomore Ryan Duel from Rockford, and on my left is head coach Rob Harris. You know, Coach, you guys have had a tremendous amount of success in this program. You're 64-14 as a head coach, entering your 5th season. Last year you went 15-3 overall, 13-1 in the WAC. You shared that conference championship for, I believe, the 4th year in a row. You also made it to the NAI Invitational semifinals. What's been the success of the program over the last couple of years?
I think we've just had some great athletes that come here. I think mixing with a different idea of how to play lacrosse with right type of athletes, we just kind of held them to a high standard, and it was whether sink or swim with them, and most of the girls who stuck it out here really pushed through and really helped their program turn around.
You know, taking a look at your roster this year, you do lose a lot. You lose Jessica Lemke, who's now an assistant coach, Tara Pluger, Brooke Knoll, Hannah Bush, Samantha Powers. I think the biggest thing looking at this year would be your offense. 33% of the goal scorers come back. What is your plan to generate some offense this year with some new players?
This year is definitely like a teaching year. I mean, we've been stressing the smallest details in practice because when you have senior attackers, you don't really have to stress those as much because they've been learning for the last couple of years. This year, it's completely going back to it, getting the freshmen, sophomores in there that have never played offense for us really to actually understand what we're doing, moving some people around, and really trying to find their style in our offense and not trying to replicate what we did last year because they had their own style. Now we're trying to find our new style. And so I think it's going to come around well. Again, it's just a lot of teaching.
You know, and this year the biggest challenge, too, will be entering Division II in the GLIAC. What do you know about Division II lacrosse, and how do you think your team will come into this season with this new challenge?
Yeah, I've been following Division II for a long time. When I first started out, 7 years ago in Division II, I've been following it, and the difference is top down, just a lot better team, especially in our conference. We've kind of had some success in the last couple of years in the WAC, and very different level of talent this year in GLIAC. It's very top down. There's no easy games. There's no more 30-goal wins, and so I'm really excited to see it because I think athletes live for challenges, and I think when you had those blowout wins, it wasn't fun. So I think this year the struggle of that is going to be a lot more fun, and then just knowing that you're going up against much better competition every day kind of puts a little more spirit in them at practice.
Sure. You know, Ryan, for you had a really good freshman year coming in here from nearby Rockford. 39 ground balls, 25 cause turnovers, 157 draw controls, which led the NAIA, broke the school record. You were also first team All-American. What was that freshman year like for you?
Freshman year was pretty awesome. Coming in, I didn't really know what to expect. It's very, very different than high school, so I kind of just wanted to step up and not be like a typical freshman. I wanted to make a difference on the team and have the team be able to rely on me.
And this year for you, you're going to transition from defense to attack. What certain things have you been working on this offseason to prepare for that role?
Really shooting, obviously. Been putting in a lot of hours of shooting. But then also it's just I was a defender, so I now know exactly how they kind of react to what I do, so I just use that to my advantage a little bit.
You know, and looking at the team goals, again, we're mentioning that you're entering a new Division II in the GLIAC. You know, what are the expectations amongst your teammates for this year?
One of our biggest goals is to make it to that GLIAC tournament, and then we kind of just want to shock some teams. We want to come out there and win the big games and not have really people expecting what we're made of.
Thanks for joining me here today, and the season will open on February 24th as the team travels to St. Leo.